comfortably here. Let's see if we can take a look at what happened. Augie's going to have some contact. It looked like Kyle Busch, the 5 car, made some contact with Augie Vidovich. That's Kenny Wallace's car right there. You're going to see very top of your screen. You see the smoke. Hard to tell exactly what happened, but from that other angle, it looked like maybe the 5 of Kyle Busch made some contact. Let's see if we can take a look back at maybe the biggest pass of David Gilliland's life right here. J.J. Yaley, they make a little bit of contact. They get a little bit loose. J.J. Yaley on the outside. David Gilliland takes over the lead on the inside. You think that crew on pit road is happy? Watch this.
I think they're very happy. David Gilliland's just able to just drive from the center off the corner with so much speed.
You know, his crew chief, Billy Wimmer, made a good point. You know, head up, call for call. We think we got a chance. Having this at this point in the race when none of these guys are coming back to pit road, you know, we saw earlier a lot of problems on pit road, but right now it's one-on-one car versus car, and David Gilliland has proven to be a faster car for the last part of this race.
You know, we talk about Billy Wilbin and a lot of Nextel Cup experience calling the shots for David Gilliland. There's another guy with some Nextel Cup experience involved with that team, isn't there, Mark?
There certainly is. That, of course, Jerry Nadeau, injured at Richmond a couple of years ago, ending his Nextel Cup career, but he still knows how to drive a race car, knows how to coach David Gilliland. What do you think of your student here tonight?
He's doing pretty awesome. He's not a rookie, that's for sure. Kid's got a lot of experience. His team's a brand new startup team back in January, and this is going to be pretty awesome. You know, his first win for the team. And
so you're counting it already?
Oh, God. I mean, this is it. He's going for it. I know he's going to do it. He's got it. I mean, the kid's got it. I'm just surprised that nobody ever saw him. I like to say hello to my daughter, Natalie. Hey, Natalie.
Hey, Jerry, are you telling him anything now on the radio, or are you just leaving him alone?
No, actually, he's by himself. I mean, he's got a good spotter. Billy's talking to him, and really, I've just been spending a lot of time with him at the shop. We're doing our simulator racing, and obviously, Denny Hamlin spends a lot of time. He won last week at Pocono, so hopefully we'll get a win.
Jerry Nadeau would certainly be happy about that. He may not be in the seat, but he's doing the next best thing, helping to cheer David Gilliland on to what he hopes will be this young man's first Busch Series checkered flag.
What a happy bunch that's going to be down there, Mark. It sounded like Jerry was already counting this thing. It's going to be his first win, but we certainly don't want to jinx anybody, and we don't believe in that anyway. But David Gilliland, no matter what happens from here on out, we're coming down on 7 laps to go. The flagman will give them 1 to go. We will restart this race with 6 laps to go. We will stay here through the finish to see if we can have possibly one of the biggest upsets in the history of the Busch Series.
I tell you, it's refreshing for everybody, though, to be able to talk about a guy like David Gilliland up front. You know, Mike Wallace, the team is, you know, not running all the races. Paul Menard, Busch Series regular. Ashton Lewis, Busch Series regular. David Ruderman, Busch Series regular, with a team that started in the rear. A lot of good stories. Stephen Light, 9th place right now. Steve Wallace in the top 10. A lot of good stories in this race tonight in Kentucky.
Guys, we've had 15 races so far this year. There's been 75 potential top 5 finishes. Non-Nextel Cup regulars have got 5 top 5 finishes all year long combined. And here we are with possibly David Gilliland winning this race. Mike Wallace with a top 5. Paul Menard with a top 5. What a terrific run here for the Busch guys.
And so many Nextel Cup regulars started in the top 10. So this is just adds to the mountain.
It hadn't been by accident either. We sat here and watched David Gilliland drive by the 20 of Denny Hamlin and drive by the 18 of J.J. Yaley. So it wasn't like some fluke strategy or anything like that. I mean, this guy drove by these guys on the way to the front.
And remember, he qualified 4th. So he had a great car for the race. Obviously, he had a good car for qualifying. What a total package they've had so far. They had a little bit of trouble on pit road, but they had a good enough car to overcome it, and he's got the lead, and we'll have 6 laps to go when they get to the line.
And we've seen some exciting stuff on his restart, so David Gilliland needs to get out there, get a good solid restart, check out, and get away from these guys, and put no doubt as to what his plans are for these last 6 laps.
Very, very important to get through the gearbox smooth here. Denny Hamlin jumps to the outside of J.J. Yaley. Great start by Denny Hamlin. David Gilliland trying to keep the lead, but 4 wide behind him.
They back down to 2 wide, smart enough getting into the corner. Paul Menard's wanting to get around Mike Wallace bad right there.
Meanwhile, David Gilliland is able to keep the lead over J.J. Yaley. J.J. Yaley's teammate Denny Hamlin right there behind him. Mike Wallace in 4th and Paul Menard in 5th. I think sheer strength for sheer strength. I don't think these guys are going to be able to beat David Gilliland unless, and he should be, just after this restart, he shouldn't have any traffic to deal with. If he just hits his marks, don't make any mistakes, I think he's got this thing. But JJ's staying right with him, looks at the inside.
JJ's corner, but the 84 is really able to get up off the corner. JJ's giving it all he's got right here with these last few laps.
David opens up about a 3-car length lead on J.J. Yaley. Remember, J.J. took gas only on his last pit stop back on about lap number 134, 135. 4 laps to go. David Gilliland just ran his fastest lap of the race, as did J.J. Yaley, as did Denny Hamlin, as did Mike Wallace. The top 4 all ran their fastest laps of the race that last time by.
David Gilliland, guys, not only is he a non-Cup driver, but this team gets their engines in-house, or builds their engines in-house. They don't go to a Cup team and get their power plants like a lot of these other non-Cup teams do. They build them in-house. Their head engine builder, Steve Allen, he said, make sure you tell him it's Steve Allen of Murphy, North Carolina. There's 2 of us, and I want to get the proper credit if this boy wins the race.
Remember now, guys, J.J. Yaley looking for first career win in the Busch Series. He's 0 for 68 right now.
He's giving it all he's got. Now, he's able to get in the corner. I know I've already said that once, but his car is really good getting in, but David's car is really good getting up off the corner, and that's where he's making up his time.
2 laps to go for David Gilliland. Career start number 7. JJ's hanging tough there. He's not giving up on this thing. He would love to get up there, battle with David Gilliland, maybe try to get up there, loosen him up a little bit. Last time by, all the top 3 ran their fastest lap of the race.
Looks like JJ's just gotten a little bit too tight behind him.
Guys, 1 lap to go. White flag for David Gilliland. Just hold that line there, David. He's got about a 3-4 car length lead right there.
A lot of people thought it'd be a long time before we see a Busch Series regular win another Busch Series race. But this is more important than that. A part-time guy with a rookie driver. This is absolutely incredible.
Guys like the New York Jets beating the Baltimore Colts in Super Bowl number 3. David has truly beat the Goliath of NASCAR Busch Series races. David Gilliland wins in Kentucky.
Racing. All right, this may be the biggest upset in Busch Series history. What are you guys feeling right now?
I feel great. It's unbelievable. David Gilliland is the best kept secret I've ever met in my life. I don't know if it's an upset. We feel like we're a top caliber team. We want to position ourselves this year to run the full schedule next year. So hopefully this right here will let somebody take notice of this whole group right here, okay? Andrews, Cully Barraclaw, Steve Allen, all these guys, Hype Manufacturing. It's awesome, ain't it?
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Bill?
Mark, the first Busch Series regular, even semi-regular. David Gilliland doesn't even run all the races, but the first guy that's not a Nextel Cup regular to win in 2006.
He's doing some pretty good burnouts for a rookie, I know that.
Well, he had some experience doing that last year in the West Series. He won some races out there, but nothing will match this day for David Gilliland.
It's a great story. I mean, we keep talking about it, but I'm sitting there kind of in shock, too. We talk about all these other guys, you know, the Biffles, the Harvicks, the Boyers, all these guys, and to have a guy, David Gilliland, come basically, I know they're a good team. I mean, there's no question about that. They've had some good, solid qualifying runs, that kind of thing. But Billy Wilburn is telling you a story if he really felt like they were coming here tonight and win this race. But a great story for NASCAR, certainly for David Gilliland, and it gives it, you know, lets everybody know this can be done. Something he'll never forget. This night he will never forget.
I tell you, what an incredible job by David Gilliland, that entire team. I'm telling you, just an upset of stunning proportions here. Should be one incredible victory lane. Yeah. We're going to be back to talk to David Gilliland in victory lane. What a terrific job. We'll be back with more from David Gilliland in victory lane at Kentucky.
NASCAR Busch Series Racing on FX is brought to you by Supercuts, every time, by Craftsman Tools, and by Nextel from Sprint. Get closer to the NASCAR Nextel Cup Series.
We're back at the Kentucky Speedway in victory lane, where David Gilliland is climbing out of that victorious car. This is one happy crew. David, congratulations. You had tears in your eyes, buddy, when I reached in there to congratulate you. What are you feeling right now?
Unbelievable, man. I just got to thank my crew, my car owner, Clay Andrews. You know, we're racing unsponsored. We're building our own motors. We're up against it, you know what I mean? And they've asked me for the last 3 months what do you think about racing with these Cup guys, and I said I love it because it's going to make me better. And tonight it made me better, and we're here. We're in victory lane. I can't believe it. It's a dream come true. I've waited my whole life for this. It's been an opportunity of a lifetime trying to run the Busch Series, and we're just hopefully we can keep on going from here.
Talk about your thoughts when you were catching J.J. Yeley at the end of the race, but the time was running out. You weren't going to have enough time. The yellow came out at that point. Do you think, okay, it's mine tonight?
Yeah, I was pretty happy, but I was worried if they were going to pit or not because our car wasn't real good on new tires at the beginning, but at the end of the run, Billy Wilburn and the guys made some adjustments, and it was good right off the bat, and I was able to get around a bunch of guys right up the way and just start picking them off and digging. So awesome, man. I just can't believe it. I cannot believe it. It's a dream come true.
You're sitting here. This perhaps is the biggest upset in Busch Series racing history. What do you think of that?
Awesome. I'm happy to be a part of it. You know what I mean? Like I said, we're unsponsored, building our own motors, and just an awesome opportunity, man. Clay Andrews and all the guys, you know, we missed Charlotte last race, and we've been running a partial schedule, and told them it just wasn't right, you know, and we came here and we unloaded, and lap 5 I told the guys it's perfect, and pretty excited about being able to feel that also, you know, and know when the car's good, and it's kind of a slow process for us. We didn't get started. We moved into our shop January 15th. We got 3 cars that are done right now. We've been behind, you know, and awesome. This is going to speed us up.
You ready to celebrate?
Oh boy, I'm ready. Woo!
Let's go over to Glenn Jarrett.
And I'm standing by with J.J. Yeley, who is standing just outside of victory lane with a wistful look on his face, but still smiles. Hey, man, you did everything you could do.
Yeah, you know, the Vigor Home Depot Chevy was really good. And, you know, I'll say hi to wife and Kristen and Faith back home. I thought it was going to be a good Father's Day, you know, for myself. But, you know, I was really good. You know, I think when he got to second, we could run pretty similar lap times. You know, I could still push the car a little bit harder. On that restart, you know, I just expected Boyer to be a little bit better of a lap-down car. He raced me pretty hard, got me loose, and then that'll let David get a run on me. I mean, you can't take nothing away from the guy. He did an awesome job, had an excellent race car. I got in behind him. You know, I was overdriving the entry because the only shot I had was trying to get the outside of him because he was protecting the bottom pretty good. So, you know, I wish I could have got, you know, Vigor Home Depot been behind me since the beginning. And, you know, I think they just said it's been 60-something starts since I've ever had a win. And let one get away tonight.
Well, I'm not so sure he really let one get away. Just the cars weren't with him tonight. Very graceful. Very nice way to look at it, J.J. Your day is coming, trust me.
Glenn, J.J. tied his career best finish of second. He got that at Memphis last year. There's our unofficial results. As you see, David Gilliland wins in the 84 unsponsored Chevrolet. J.J. Yeley, Denny Hamlin, teammates second and third. Great day for the Busch regulars.
Yeah, Ashton Lewis in 5th place. That was a good run for him, and Mike Wallace as well.
2 weeks in a row, David Rudiman with good solid runs in the Aaron's Dream Machine. Kudos to those guys. They've struggled some in the first part of the year. Steve Wallace, you see him up there in 11th place. Another good run for him. And Boris said, finished 14th on the lead lap.
John Andretti is the first car 1 lap down in 15th. Pretty decent run for him. Todd Cleaver with a top 20 finish, as well as Michelle Jourdain Jr., 18th in the PPC Ford.
A lot of these guys right here, David Green, for example, was on pit road when the caution came out, caught him a couple laps down, but that's a tough thing to overcome.
Kevin Grubb had a very, very good run going early. He also had the same problem. He pitted, then the caution came out, put him a couple laps down. There's Carl Edwards, second in points coming into this race, ends up 36th. Reed Sorensen, who was so strong early, lost that tire going into turn number 3, made hard contact with the outside wall, and Eric McClure brings up the rear in 43rd position.
I want to make sure we put out a word to send our best wishes to Jeff Fuller. Hope he's doing all right. Glad to hear the good news so far. Hope he's doing well.
Fox FX and Speed's coverage of NASCAR continues tomorrow, beginning with NASCAR Race Day on Speed, leading up to Nextel Cup Series racing presented by AOL on Fox. And then NASCAR Victory Lane wraps up the entire weekend on Speed. Our coverage of NASCAR continues all weekend long across the Fox networks. As you can see, the celebration in Victory Lane continues. David Gilliland, I'm telling you, I guarantee you he will just hit the high spots tonight.
I think he was in shock just looking at his interview. What a great race. Good job.